Evening and welcome back. I'm sorry, I got issues. Welcome back to another edition of MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only Italian El Idolo Deportivo Taylor, and it is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. I don't care what the highs were today. I don't care what the lows were today. Current temperature right now at 9:22 at night is 74 degrees. You understand? That's the temperature I like to keep my AC at in the summertime, right? That means right now the temperature is perfect. If it wasn't for that, I probably need to get a new mesh. I got little holes in there. It's not flushed properly. Them little fucking flies be getting in here. Be flying around the light and shit. I'll be over here sounding like I got some clap-on lights in this bitch. You know what I mean? We got a big show to get into. We got a big show for you to get into. If you listen to the pre-show, right, or you listen to the pre-intro, then you guys already know we got something big to get into. But you know what we say here, folks. Regardless of the time, regardless of the weather, it's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. Hey, yo, coach, you think you can help out with a couple words of inspiration real quick?
You play to win the game. Hello?
Damn right you do. We got a big show for you guys today. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. If you guys know how we do here on this podcast, we like to start off we have a party here on the show, right? We have a party at almost every single show, whether it's a birthday party, whether it's in the club, what you understand? Like we have some kind of fiesta going on here on the MyT Sports Podcast. And this being the last podcast before the new year. 2 podcasts before episode 500. Of course you know we gonna have another celebration here again on MyT Sports Podcast. You know this, man. What's this in my pocket? What's this in my pocket? Nope, that's just me. Oh, there we go. Orange lighter. I don't know what this is. Orange lighter. Sorry, black lighter. Orange lighter. You know I'm a Knicks fan, right? So you know I roll heavy with that orange. I know what you guys are saying. Like Knicks ain't looking too good right now after streaking for a little bit. I know they're looking a little bit Memphis bleak, but we're gonna get over this. Are we gonna see if we can ride out into the summer? I know the summer misses the Knicks, and the Knicks need to be playing into the summertime. You know what I mean when I say summer, the playoff basketball. Fireworks already going off. I will tell you now, I have a feeling that as I get older, me hearing random fireworks going off in the back is going to be a lot more traumatic than what it is now. It really like hits a little meter. But I know that shit's going to get a little bit worse as I get older. The PTSD is going to kick in more and more. Let's go ahead and get into the birthday. Let's go ahead and get into the birthday party. So if you guys are unprepared, go ahead and get your joints rolled up, right? Go ahead and get your drink poured up. Get yourself a nice little shot. Get yourself a drink. Pour yourself a cup. Like we're gonna do a little cheers. We're gonna have a little celebratory drink, a little celebratory puff and passion. Right? I'm sorry. I was just thirsty. Right? But let's go ahead and do that and get this birthday party started. Hey yo, DJ MyT, you know what we do here. Go ahead and drop that beat for me. And you know what? I have to start realizing a little bit more and more. When all of my fucking up, like I can't connect to the TV at home, I go to Sharky's and shit is fucking up there. I just have to put it in my mind. You know what? You know what, G? You know what, T? Just restart your computer. There's nothing a good old-fashioned restart won't handle. Right? And this is not what a birthday is. It's basically a yearly restart. Let's go ahead and start this party. You like that? You like that? I likes that. You likes that? Because yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. But because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We got a couple of birthday shout outs for you. If you guys don't know what happens here, what we like to do here on the MyT Sports Podcast, we get a little birthday shout out to everybody who had a birthday since the last time that we was on the air. So that's going to cover everybody from December 29th to December 30th. We even got a celebrity popping up in the building, right? Our old arch nemesis, right? We got a birthday celebration. We got to give a birthday shout out too, right? Because listen, like who are we without his content? At least part of it. Actually, we could go on forever without talking about him if we didn't have to, right? It's just that he sparks y'all interest. Like, you gotta be fawning over LeBron James. You're like, oh my God, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James. Yeah. It's my brother's barbecue. I ain't make that shit. Whatever jokes that you're having, some of them may be true, but that's just still good as fuck though. So like I said, we do a birthday shout out to everybody that had a birthday since the last time we was on the air. As well as we keep a tradition of keeping a game on in the background if we have the opportunity to. And right now the game that we have on the background is the LA Lakers, which ties directly into this segment, believe it or not, versus the Atlanta Hawks. This is probably one of those few times I'm going to be rooting for the Lakers. I don't root for the Lakers often. I really don't care about them. But it's one of the few times I'm definitely rooting for them. The year they had Camilla Anthony, I was rooting for them every game. It broke my heart they couldn't get a championship with Camilla Anthony there. But that just shows you like how far off LeBron James has fallen. But we're not here to talk about the fallen one. Chosen one, my bad. All right, it's not today to talk about him because he's part of the celebrations for today. He is part of the celebrations for today, right? Let's go ahead and just tell a few about it, right? What we do here is that we do a birthday shout out to everybody that had a birthday since the last time that we was on the air. That's going to cover everybody from the 29th to today. So you guys know what happens here. If you know anybody that has a birthday, right? Either today or yesterday, go ahead and drop their names in the comment. Go ahead and add them in the podcast. And we'll definitely make sure we give them their shout out as well. This is why you have to catch the show early. Even though you want to like, yo, I don't know where the fuck you start, B. Listen, if you subscribe to the show, right? You like, you share, but you also subscribe. And when you subscribe, you hear that bing bong every time that we go on. Every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday night. Approximately around 8:07 to 9:07. My schedule has changed greatly, and I don't know if I can keep that 8:07 start time anymore. It's getting really tough. It's getting meaner and meaner every single time. 9:07 may be more looking towards the start time, which means that we're going to be on the show until midnight. Which I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't give me an opportunity to get my show on the air the same day that it's popping. At least not on TuneIn. Like for TuneIn, it ends up going up there the whole next day. Like TuneIn is a big weirdo with that. Everybody, a lot of other places though, you'll be able to get the same data, so you ain't gonna worry about them too much. I know I should have cut this motherfucker with something. I mean, also you get. Yeah, shit's good. And if you're a food restaurant, or anybody wants me to sample their food, that could be your food right now on the air that we are eating live. Tell the people if it's fire or not. I'm just saying, we'll keep it real. I don't care. This is still good. I ain't trying to call those. I'm not a bit. Listen. You guys understand? I come from a Jamaican household. We don't really fuck with a lot of red meat unless it's really oxtail for the most part. Alright? We don't really fuck with a lot of red meat. So steak really isn't our thing to cook. You know, we're still working on the barbecue. Yeah, bro, listen, truthfully, hopefully. Go see Uncle Ben. And a couple of barbecue like 102 tips, like 203 maybe, 201, 401, 50 tips. LeBron James right now, 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists on 15 for 22 shooting. We'll tell you a little bit more significant about what LeBron James is doing tonight. Before this game is over, no doubt, you know what I mean? Let's go and start this off. You guys ready? I know you've been, you've been ready, right? So let's go and give a birthday shout out to everybody. I had a birthday tweet. Now I know you like that. I like that too, right? So the first I've got is for my homeboy Kirk Cone. Right? We'll leave it. And we'll leave it at that. Happy birthday to my boy Kirk, right? Go ahead, El Capi. I want to say happy birthday to a former co-worker of mine, right? Co-worker, I don't know what the fuck is. Co-worker of mine, Ray Allegra, right? Happy birthday to homeboy Ray. And then the very special birthday from yesterday is a birthday to my primo, my cousin. You know what I mean? Like listen, cousin about hold up a bloodline. But you know what they say sometimes? Blood is thicker than water only in certain cases. You need water to live. You learn it in the basics. This is one of those waterly type blood bonds right there. So I want to say happy birthday to my primo, Jason Leroy. You understand? Listen, we don't talk every day. We barely talk. But I always make sure I hit him up on the important days. You know what I mean? Always in my mind and in my heart, cuz. You know what I mean? All of you. Right. Then we got a couple birthdays for today. Right? Yeah, can we get a little thunder in here? Right? It sounds a little quiet. There we go. I'm gonna turn it up a bit. Hold up. Come follow me. Yeah, like that, right about there. Okay, so then we got a couple of birthdays for today, we got a couple birthdays for today. Right, the birthday we got for today is one to my homegirl Becca, and met Becca through my homeboy DJ Seth the Bobby, as you guys may know. Right, I forgot where we met. I don't know if it was there. I think the first we met was going to a game. You made my insecure girlfriend at the time jealous because you was willing to to pay for something of mine. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about every single insecurity I've ever had because you understand how retarded she sounded and also how stressful it is dealing with somebody with that many insecurities for no reason, but half of the insecurities comes from because they're a piece of shit human being inside. Let's continue. So, her birthday for my homegirl Becca Ann. Like, definitely big up to you. Like, mad big up, mad respect to you. If you guys ever need your place clean, ever need your house clean, business clean, right? You go look up Becca Ann. If you're watching on Facebook, you should see her tagged in. You should see her tagged in a post. So if you go to her name, right, you should see information for her business. You go directly to her business, and if you ever need anything cleaned, you holler at her. Right, she hustles her ass off. One of the best cleaners in the business. Came here from Ohio, so she knows she got a different mentality, and she ain't afraid to be out in 42-degree weather. OHIO. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. In a weird way, we're gonna get a lot of
Cleveland! This is for you!
Today for no reason. Actually, there is a reason. Because she's not the only birthday that we have today, right? We actually have one celebrity birthday for today. We actually got one birthday celebration for today, and that goes out to one LeBron James, who is currently playing tonight on his birthday. Lakers are currently up 112, 111. Let's go, King. Let's go, LeBron James, on your birthday. Let's go ahead and round everybody else. We can talk about LeBron James, the great one, on his birthday, right? Right, so to Kirk, and to Ray, and to Jason, and to Becca, and to the king of b-ball right now, behind Steph, the one and only LeBron James. We want to wish you a happy birthday. We hope you party hard. Hope you enjoy everything. You regret nothing. It's Friday. We got New Year's coming up. You get your weekend at Bernie's on, and you continue to stay MyT. Hope you felt that one. Last time we did a point check on LeBron James, he had 37 points. And with that said, LeBron James becomes the all-time leading scorer on their birthday. Yes, there's a stat for that. And LeBron James is the individual that scored the most points on their birthday. Now, granted, that also comes with a little bit of coincidence because some people have birthdays outside of the league, right? LeBron James has to have a birthday on his league. And listen, we've seen players ball on their birthday before. This is not surprising. But it's a little bit special when LeBron James does it because LeBron James right now is still currently sitting right around, 37,813 points. So he is just about 1,000 points away. 1,000 points away from breaking the all-time scoring record of 38,387. That's how close he is. He is just about 1,000 points away. At this rate of him scoring 25 points per game, you're talking about, let's see here, let's do some quick math, right? He scores 100 points every 4 games, but right now he has 40 points tonight and 9 rebounds and 9 assists. For the 40 points right now is his season high. So, he's definitely going after he's definitely trying to ball out for his birthday. Look like he's trying to get a triple-double on his birthday. And we know that he's not scoring 25 points a game, but we like to try to keep it in realistic numbers because people, they have highs and they have lows. But let's just say he scores 25 points a game. That's him scoring 100 points every 4 games, right? So we're talking about 40 games from now? Is he still 40 games from now? No, that ain't right. That ain't right. I mean, it feels like it's right, doesn't it? Is it just me that feels that it's right? Let's see here. 0. You know what? Yeah, shit. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. I wasn't tripping. So they have about 40 games left, right? If he scores 25 points per game. Right now, he just put up 40 in this game. So let's say that maybe let's keep it at 25. 25 is such a safe number, right? But we're talking about the next 30 to 40 games, right? Probably more like 35 to 40 games in that LeBron James is going to end up breaking this record. The Lakers currently, let me see, where are their standings at? Lakers currently right now have played 36 games. So we're talking about around game 70 or so. Let's say game 65 is when we're really going to want to pay attention to what LeBron James is doing. Like that's when you're going to get hyper focused because that's probably when he's going to be as close as he's going to get. But that's when depending on how much he's been scoring, you don't know how close he's going to be. Like I said, I'm basing my numbers of him averaging 25 points per game. LeBron James is doing. Now, I've sat here plenty of times, and said, you know what? They talk a lot all the times about what LeBron James is doing 20 years in the league. But what they don't talk about is what just he's doing at 37, which a lot of players have played to 37 because a lot of players had to go to college first. So you're talking about 37 is just 15 years in the league for the ones that did 15 years. But even most at 15 years, they're already on a down climb. So that's the reason why LeBron James at 15 years, at age 33, was doing better than most anybody else has ever been at that time. You know, like I said, LeBron James, Kobe, a bunch of people, right? They've benefited. Like that youngest player to do this, the youngest player to do that. I always found that a little bit tainted because of when those guys, of the fact that those guys came out of high school and they just had the benefit of a time frame. And then after LeBron James came out of high school, within 3 years, they banned all players from coming out of high school. LeBron James is balling right now. 119, 113, and 1 LA Lakers. I don't know if he scored before this, but it's maybe on point number 42. Going for point number 43. Wow. It just sucks, right? Because the Lakers are currently right now in what, 13th place in the West? Do I have that right? 10, 11, 12, 13. 13th place in the West. We record of 14 and 21. Again, I remind all soaking Knicks fans, for the second year straight, the New York Knicks are better than a LeBron James-led team. One, that should give you a little bit of hope that you're not that bad off on your process. And two, that should show you how much LeBron James is falling off. God damn. LeBron James is almost like every superstar that we've gotten to in this point in time, right? Where he's so beloved and so adored and so spectacular. Whether you love him or hate him, you're still expecting him to do more because you're seeing him there. And it doesn't register to you sometimes that, damn, this dude's been playing for 20 years. He's 37 years old. You know what most players were doing at 37 years old? Not this. They weren't doing this. The great Kobe. Now, granted, LeBron James is playing more minutes than anybody's ever played at 37 years old. Because I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this way. I am exhausted by people talking about 20 years LeBron James. Because honestly, I thought if they compared it to somebody that's been in the league at their age 37, you would have had more players doing great things at the age 37. Nope. Those great ones at 37? Nope. Now, let's talk about them. At age 37, LeBron James is averaging more minutes than anybody has ever averaged at 37 due to a technicality. I'm going to tell you why. But still is. And he's averaging more points than anybody ever has at the age of 37. This may have remained. I can't guarantee. You know what? Let me see something right here. And I'll tell you if I'm able to keep this reference up. Let's see here. Alrighty. So, This one's a tough one. Now, I'll tell you why. More points and more minutes put up at this age. when they first were talking about age 20 years, that shit doesn't impress me. Right? That shit did not move my needle. What moved my needle was when I looked up his stats for age of people 37. I want to see what he did because I want to honestly. There's only so many people you're gonna compare him to at age 37. Kobe, Michael, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I left Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out of this for a reason. I left him out. Ooh, Thomas Bryant, 19 points, 17 rebounds, 8 for 10 shooting, working with his team, working for his team. Lakers currently up right now, 126-119. That's a lot of scoring. With 55 seconds left to go in the game. Yes, Trae Young is playing, and Trae Young has the ball. Trae Young comes off the ball. He gets in the mid-range, puts up a shot. Nothing but net. So, at age 37, Kobe Bryant, the great Kobe Bryant, was... There we go. I knew something was wrong. I'm dyslexic. I'm looking at the wrong person. Was playing 28 minutes a game, which we even thought was a lot for him at that time. Same Lakers organization. At that time, he was being ran down by D'Antoni. Averaging 17 points per game. 17.6, but 17 points a game. LeBron James, currently, right now, at age 37, 36 minutes a game, 27.8 points per game. And he currently has 40 points right now. And I don't know if he has a 40-point double-double or a 40-point triple-double. We'll find out in a second. He just got fouled. He's going back to the line. And it's his birthday, excuse me. LeBron James is not going to lose on his birthday. Listen. If you're offended by that burp, you understand this is a very barbaric podcast. You understand? It's a MyT sports podcast. This is for MyT men. This is for MyT women. This is for MyT individuals. Ain't no room for slackness or softness here. I'm gonna burp on the podcast. I'm gonna fart on the podcast. If I forget I record, I may fuck on the podcast. If somebody wants to be one of those individuals, like, nah, you ain't gonna fuck on the podcast. Test me. Come through on the home studio, and I'll fuck you on the podcast. Don't play with me. Man, I'm serious though. Don't play with me. Like, you guys that be seeing me on Wednesday, I have no clue the individual that I am. I try to be I am so half professional when I'm there with you guys. It's not even funny. I really am half a professional. So, get you off of there. LeBron James is currently averaging 27 points per game. Now, remind you, I did his stats at 25 points per game, right? I probably should have done him at 27. Like, that probably would have been the better thing to do. But I honestly don't think he's even going to fall down to 20. So, you know what? Let's get, you know what? It's my apologies, because I've been doing his numbers at 25 points per game ever since we've been keeping track of this in like season 2 of the podcast. Yeah, we've been keeping track of this for a while. Like, we saw this date coming, and it's right on scale. LeBron James hadn't had enough. Actually, I should say he hasn't had enough significant injuries. He has had enough significant injuries and had enough time off where it would have affected his numbers. But the fact that he averages over 25 points per game, it's kept my expectations right on pace. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and divide this by the 27 that he's putting up, and we're talking about 37 games. So I was talking about 40 games. We're talking about 37 games now. If he remains at his average. So how many games did I say they've played so far? The Lakers have played 35. And I just added a 37. So we're talking about game 72. If he stays on his average. So still remains somewhere between game 65. You're probably going to want to tune into the LeBron James show. Because if he goes off for if he starts going off for anything more than 27 points per game, like he has a 42-pointer tonight, right? Then that number's going to slowly start going up. Let's say LeBron James starts average at some point in time, he finishes up the season averaging 30 points per game. It's going to come. Now we talk about doing this in like 33 points, 33 games. Now we're talking about coming out to game 68. Now, I wonder what the odd makers have this at. I wonder if you could bet on when LeBron James is going to break the all-time scoring record. 72 gives you 27 points per game. I didn't add in the 0.8. You know what? Now I want to add in the 0.8 because now I'm thinking from a gambling standpoint, and I want these numbers to be as possible. So let's put in the full 27. I know his numbers went up today. I know his number probably went up to 40. Probably a smooth 28. 5 games. 35.9. So let's call that still 36 games. We're talking about 36 games, and we are 35 in. So that's 71 now. So that magic number is probably really 68, 70, 68, 69, 70. Let's see if we can figure out who the Lakers play in game 68, 69, and 70. So I gave it this. I know because I know I'm not the only one thinking of this. I'm not the only one starting to calculate this. All right. I guarantee you. Listen, I guarantee you there are bet makers and odd makers that are out here running these calculations. I guarantee you ESPN and TNT are running these calculations. And they're reckless. Like, that's just recklessness. I was while I finish that sentence. Okay, let's see here. 81, 81, 79, 78, 77, 76, 75, 74. Okay. Game 72 is against Orlando. Game 71 is Dallas. Game. Wait. Get color. Game 70 is against Houston. At Houston. Game 69 is in New Orleans against Zion. Oh, God damn it. God damn. God damn it. God damn. Why? 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 I'm tired of other people that are not on the Knicks making history in the motherfucking Gordon. Game 68. Game 68 is against the New York. So the magic window that we're probably looking at is 69, 68, 69, 70. And that's in New York. No, wait. No, I'm lying. It's against New York. But it's in LA. ESPN already has that game reserved. ESPN already has that game reserved. But then it's funny that that Tuesday night game isn't reserved by TNT. But LA versus New Orleans, I'm going to bet you that that gets picked up by NBA TV or TNT if he doesn't do it against New York. And then again, at Houston, if he doesn't do it against them, then that's going to get picked up by NBA TV because I'm showing that those games aren't owned by anybody. Whew. But still, I don't want it to be against New York either. I really don't want it to be against New York either. Like, that's going to bug me just as much. All right, after New York, game 67 is against Toronto. Game 66 is against Memphis. And game 65 is against Golden State. So there goes the magic window, right? There goes the magic window. Game 65 through 72. Honestly, I don't care what LeBron James does from this point on. That's how many games it's going to take him to break the all-time scoring record. Now, let's see here. From Golden State to Orlando. That is exactly 2 straight weeks of following LeBron James every breath. Like he was in Miami again with the Heatles. That's honestly what that is. If you're not excited, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not the biggest of LeBron James fans out there. And I'm excited because, as always, I say, I like to witness greatness. And in my lifetime, I've got a chance to truly witness who I believe is the greatest shooter of all time, the greatest player of all time, the greatest leader of all time. I'm about to see the greatest scorer of all time. I've seen the greatest passer of all time. Now, I honestly don't believe that I'm going to see another greatest passer of all time. I don't believe. This one's going to be tough. I don't believe in my lifetime we're going to see another greatest scorer of all time. But that's going to be Kevin Durant. That's going to be Kevin Durant. I don't think in my lifetime we're going to see a better shooter of all time. That's Stephen Curry. Instead, I don't think we're going to see somebody else that gets more rings than Jordan. I don't think we're going to see many people coming up in history is going to get more rings than Tim Duncan. LeBron James is probably going to get right. LeBron James' number is going to get right. It's going to be probably that perfect number where we're going to start seeing from your future greats. Right around 4 rings. So I like to see greatness. I really do enjoy to see greatness. So game 65 to game 72 for the LA Lakers, you're gonna be on. If you like greatness, you're gonna want to be tuned in. LeBron James is going to pass the all-time scoring record in those games. And that magic sequence of numbers, you know when they say when you make a circle, right, with a titty, and you make another circle with a titty, and where the titties meet is the cleavage, but right in the cleavage, right? Right in the cleavage is game 68, 69, and 70. And that's gonna be when he beats that record. It's gonna be right there. That's either versus New York, versus New Orleans, or versus Houston. Now, if he does it against New York, then he gets the opportunity to do it at home. That's probably the only. Oh, let me see. Now I realize I can do this from right here. There we go. I just learned something today. Right, that's the only opportunity he'll get to do it at home. If he does it against New Orleans or Houston, then they're doing it on the road. Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and add this to the board. Let's go ahead and add this to the board. LeBron James. Right? What do I have here? 68, 69, 70. 68, New York. 69, I think I said New Orleans. 70, Houston. Yeah. What the hell? Talk to how let you on? Fuck me. So, LeBron James put up 47 tonight. Let's see if we find the let's see if we see the box score real quick. The highlights. Got full game. We have to put the box score over here then. But let's see if we can see this box score for them. See if LeBron James is able to put up the triple double. Let's see. Bryant had the most rebounds in 47, and Westbrook had the most assists in 11. Let's see where LeBron James fell because he was close. He was real close. Let's see here. Where is this box score? I need the box score actually. Actually, yeah, I do. So that's jerk barbecue chicken, as well as jerk barbecue steak, and different. So let's see. So LeBron James got the 40-point triple double, 10 rebounds and 9 assists with 47 points, 5 turnovers and 1 block, a plus minus of 12, leading all starters with their plus minus, falling behind only bench players Brown and Toscano. Russell Westbrook came off the bench as well to add 14 points and a plus 11, 6 for 12 shooting, missing all of his 3-pointers, but getting 11 assists. As I mentioned earlier, Bryant had 17 rebounds to add 19 points, so he get a double-double in there. Schroeder, their starting point guard, had 12 points to go along with 9 assists. They had a decent game against Atlanta. Atlanta falls to 17-19. They stayed behind the New York Knicks. The Los Angeles Lakers, they improved to 15-21. Still also behind the New York Knicks. So Knicks fans, see, this is twice now I've showed you. And I like to bring this reality because so often Knicks fans will love to have a Trae Young or LeBron James on their team, or these other guys. But yeah, you are seeing what a team that has these guys, right? That's led by guys that's filled with the talent of the guys that the New York Knicks have, where they go. I'm just saying, like you want that guy, but that guy has a 17-19 record in Atlanta. That guy has a 15-21 record in LA. Where record would be long. Now, granted, there's also other examples like what's going on with Donovan Mitchell. But I want to know how much more is Donovan Mitchell the norm versus what Trae Young is. But you know what? I understand what you're saying too. You're better off in the long run. Always having a guy like that, because if you start having a guy like that, you're definitely only one piece away. Versus even when the Knicks find that guy like that, you're still gonna feel like they're one piece away. Because I still feel like they're one piece away in Memphis. And we see how well they're doing right now. So there's a lot of working piece that you need for an NBA championship. Man, I'm telling you, I'm so ready for this playoffs. Only because I have a strong feeling we're gonna have a new champion. Like that's just really what it comes down to. I have a really strong feeling that we're gonna have a new champion. Who's anybody still playing? Let's see. We have Detroit and Chicago. Detroit. I think we're gonna talk about them today. Minnesota and Milwaukee. Okay, we got a bunch of games on today. League pass. Oh, good. ESPN has kidnapped any of them. We got Miami and Denver. I can't watch that. I probably wouldn't want to watch that. We have Phoenix. We have New Orleans and Philly. They're up by 8 in the third. Milwaukee and Minnesota is up by 10 in the. Let's go New Orleans. Let's take a peek in Zion until maybe their first break, and then we'll switch over to Zion. This is a little bit more I want to see that matchup between Zion and Embiid or whatever the bigs are for Philly, and see how well they're going to be doing against them. You heard what the quote came out saying. We out here playing basketball. He out there playing football. Like, nah, he just big as fuck, and you guys are all made paper fucking thin. I said Zion Williamson's is about 270, 280. He may be the heaviest person like in the league, or one of the top 2 heaviest person in the league at 6'7". You really catch somebody in the league these days above 260. Like, big man just aren't really the same. Like, your guards were different. You know what I mean? Like I said, Michael Jordan was a bona fide 220. Kobe Bryant was a bona fide 220 as a 6'6", and 6'7" guard. Go look at your 6'7" and 6'6" guards now, right? They're 200 pounds, 210 pounds. Now, that's a lot. They're 190. Right, your point guards are coming out here 155, 165. Shit, point guards used to be 200 pounds. That's Baron Davis. They want that motherfucker damn near 215, 230 sometimes. So, like, it's a little bit different, but I like what I see there. Wait, what's going on here in Milwaukee? Like, Are they on a break already? Oh, look like it's time for us to switch feeds. Where are we at? Man, we've been all over the place, haven't we? For the first hour of podcast. But let's get into, believe it or not, our first topic of the day, or our MyT topic of the day. And we we just happened to get into LeBron James because it was his birthday and they were playing at the same time. And we just had to give respect to the king. Yeah. Like he deserves his respect. And he's LeBron James. Don't forget.
I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach because I'm the best player in the world. I have a huge basketball IQ.
And he deserves his damn respect too. I'll never forget that.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Don't forget that. I wonder what's going on out in the world today. Let me eat him up again. Let's see. Effortless. Who was I talking about? Eat him up again. I had the whole video covered. That got his ass locked up. This was happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes. I don't even know what happened here. I don't even know what happened here. Okay. Why am I getting tagged or notified about that stuff? Let's see. Let's see if anybody's getting into anything. Like getting into anything. Even if it's a comedy and a cuddle. Oh wait, there we go. And a casa cocktail. Alright, had to send out a little alert. But you gotta let some people know that you're always thinking about them. Don't ever want them to forget that you're on my mind and you're on my mind constantly, and you're on my mind basically every day. And I try to restrain myself from texting you multiple times a day. Like I know every fella like he's like, yo, I want to shorty up. I'm like, I want to shorty. I want to shorty. They don't want to see my meat. Because we're all barbaric. Like men are barbaric. We fight the primal urge to flash people. This is why guys can never be chicks. Right? And this is why we probably feel like this is why we always have like this weird thought, because just think of how quickly guys are willing to sell a dick pic. Now imagine if those same dudes were chicks. See, they'll have OnlyFans. Those are those same guys. But mind you, let me also tell you the ironic shit. Half of them is probably also the same guys talking shit about chicks with the OnlyFans. You guys don't make sense to me, but yeah, you're very quick to send a chick an unauthorized dick pic. Like get off your high horse. Because I'm telling you right now, like you just look higher than a horse, and your horse isn't representative in your pictures. And I'm telling you right now, she only mad because it was small. She's only mad because it was small. I'm not saying that I know from sending an unauthorized dick pic and seeing and getting the reaction back from it. There you know right now, she only mad if you small. I'm just saying. And the dick hang low, let it hang to the floor, like you throw it over your shoulder, let you wrap it in a bow and see how she acts. When your dick hangs low. Whether you're a grower or a shower, they will respect your dick size. See the chicks that talk back to their men, they men have small dicks. Now you know right now. Or they're just unruly, unethical, like heathenous swines of females, and they don't really deserve the ear that they have. But like we all know those super abusive ones, yeah. They act like that towards their men because, like BBCs, we don't have that issue. Unless you just dip your toe in the pool of crazy and you catch the great whale. You can catch the great whale of crazy. I caught the great whale of crazy last time. Like I caught like the number one predator of all crazy chicks last time. And I'm gonna tell you guys, right? And nobody's gonna disagree with me. I like to dip my toe in the pool of crazy. Just the toe. Just so I can get a nibble and pull something out. Now the bad thing, the only thing about it is that every once in a while you're trying to look to pull out a little snapper every once in a while. Maybe a bass hand there. And every once in a while you catch the great whale of crazy. You're like, oh shit. So the crazy thing about the great whale of crazy, like they have the ultimate sucking skills that the great whale does. But let's get back to topic. Don't tip your toe. Actually, I'm lying. Dip your toe in the pool of crazy. It's so much more fun there. That's the only bad thing about it. The pool of crazy is just so much more fun. But that motherfucker's unstable. Well, who don't like fun? Everybody always like they can control crazy. You can't control crazy. You could just hope that it's tamed, right? Like all those other lions. You hope to tame it, but even those tamed lions, eventually one day they go lion and they attack their tamer. Like it happens. It happens. It happens to the great. You saw it. Regis and Kathy Lee. It happened. Stop joking. I'm joking. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. But you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Regis and Kathy Lee. You saw, like we just got attacked by the tiger. I bit his face off. Now we got no more Ballerman brothers, Bailey and Bailey circus. You know what I mean? Ringley's brothers and Ballerman and Bailey. We got no more of that now. The Royal Reavers got ate up. And Cromartie still got like 14 kids. I'm still going to remember like half of them when you ask them on the spot. Yo, that day, you know what? I gotta ask. You know what? Though somebody gotta hit up Nick Cannon. I have to see if this was a Cromartie thing, and like Antonio Cromartie, or if this is just a thing of people that just have way too many kids, right? Somebody go ask Nick Cannon, like randomly on the spot, what's the name of his kids? Can he name them? And your ages. And let's see if he sounds like our boy Antonio from back in the day. We still got our first topic. Let's get into our first topic today. Right, let's stop BSing. Right, we got first of all. First things first. You know what we do here with the MyT topic of the day. Damn, somebody's over here. I'm holding their booty hole. I'm assuming that's Edwards holding his booty hole. I'm assuming he took a bad crash to the floor and fell on his ass, and his ass bag didn't deploy. And now he hurt his tailbone. That's the only reason I can see somebody holding on to their booty hole the way he was. Like he was trying to get deep into that tailbone to give it relief. And from that angle, it just looks like all booty hole. We'll keep you up to date what's going on with Anthony Edwards. Currently, right now, the Minnesota Timberwolves are down against the Milwaukee Bucks, 107-98. We had an arrest this weekend, right? Or since the last time we spoke, sometime this week, recently. Keep exactly what it was, right? Well, we had an arrest recently. And I think I may have had it on. I think I may have saw this on Wednesday. I don't know if I saw this Wednesday or Thursday. That was to one Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis was arrested the other day on domestic violence charges. He has already been released, obviously, and he has denied all accusations. He hasn't hit his baby mama. He didn't hit his. He ain't abusing his kids. None of that. Right. So we'll continue to hear what's going on here and keep you guys posted. Also, this popped into my head recently. Look at Austin Rivers, that motherfucker. Did y'all see the game Austin Rivers of it a while ago? He was having no, that wasn't him that did that. He was trying to work himself through a screen with Valanciunas, whatever, and after the I guess the play was blown dead. Damn, Anthony Edwards hasn't gotten back up yet. I didn't see when he fell, but I feel like whenever he fell, that was the initial fall. Some time has passed. They haven't showed the replay either. I'm a little beside myself about that. That they haven't showed this replay. But damn, that sucks. Yeah, see, Aaron, you don't want to be in Minnesota, B. That's the real thing about that. Let's see. Here he goes, going to the lane. He goes up. He gets challenged, and he just okay. So his foot slides from underneath him. He just comes up down holding his hip. I don't know if he's mic'd up today. I don't know if I saw something square in his pocket. But yeah, he took a plunge. What was all that noise? What was all that noise? Becca reacted to my comment. Oh, she's hitting me with her birthday stuff. Happy birthday to you, Bex. Hope you're out there enjoying yourself, partying hard, getting your weekend at Bernie's on. You know what I mean? Getting your Bruce Willis on, Die Hard. But that's really a guy thing. Like we're most likely to die hard. I'm not. You can't take Viagra. I like fuck your brains out. But have somebody die hard. And don't forget, if you want to guarantee that you get that birthday sex that you're looking for, right? Let's make sure the individual that you're dealing with has Blue Chew. What is Blue Chew? I'm glad you asked. Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your thrill. All you have to do is open up a pack. Give me 1 second. Open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews. Before you do. Got the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So this is one opportunity that you just can't miss, right? She will love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew events, and for a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss. Right? All you need to do, if you would like yourself a free order, it's a free order. Like it's about like super free. Like this is super free. Super free is super free. Yeah. Use my promo code of GSSS. Go to bluechew.com. Hit the enter the promo code when they ask you GSSS Golf Sierra or all right, however you sound. And you can get your first order of Blue Chew for free. Yeah. What do you gotta do? You pay for your shipping and handling. You pay for shipping, it's like $5. Like take care of your postman, right? Like they going through like hard inclement weather to make sure that you can get hard in the bedroom. Like that's it. Like Blue Chew has 2 directions, right? So actually, I should say 2 directions. There's really only 2 things that you need to know when it comes to Blue Chew. You chew it and you do it. How you do it, that's up to you. Lionel Richie style all night long, that's up to you. 69, that's up to you. Jackhammer style, that's up to you. Portmore style, that's up to you. Port St. Lucie style, that's up to you. Port of Miami style, that's up to you. Missionary doggy style, that's up to you. Froggy style from Baby Boy, that's up to you. LL Cool J style, doing it well, that's up to you. And you pick the style. You're going to have the time. Keep that jug of water beside your bed, though. Make sure you keep that little jug of water beside your bed. Because whether you need it or you want it, it is guaranteed to improve your performance. You understand someone uses stress? Get it. Take the stress out of that game. Chew it. Blue Chew it, actually. You already a stud, but you drink too much? Blue Chew it. Cures your whiskey dick. You a mega stud, you do 6 rounds, but you want to go 12? Blue Chew it. Put her in a wheelchair like they do in the movies. Or like white chicks. Put her in the wheelchair. Listen, there's a Blue Chew for every scenario. You just gotta figure out which scenario that you want to do it in. Use my promo code GSSS, and I guarantee it'll be the best time you ever had getting off. All right, let's get back. Let's get back into this. Let's get back into the sports. So Gervonta Davis, he's already gotten off, right? In a way where he's already out and free and in the public, as well as he was recently locked up and brought up on charges for domestic violence. If you guys don't know, Gervonta Davis is the what weight class is that? Super featherweight title. He's won that twice. IBF super featherweight as well. Lightweight title since he's had the WBA lightweight title since 2019. Let's see what I said. You guys may know him as Gervonta Tank Davis. That's his nickname. I'm trying to remember if he's one of Mayweather's proteges, but if he's not one of Mayweather's direct proteges, he has some Mayweather in his fighting style. I can't remember if he's part of Mayweather's camp or not. Let's see if I can find that information out real quick. I'm just looking real quick. I'm just trying to. I ain't gonna keep searching. It's not really that important. But right now, we're gonna wait to see because he has a domestic violence charge, and that's not gonna go away anytime soon. That's gonna be a full-blown investigation. Boxing is not like the other league sports, so there may not be any interruption in his in his schedule, right, or in his box matches based off of these allegations. Just to let you guys know. Just to let you guys know. Okay. So wait. You know what? I guess they're making it here twice. Also, since we're talking about arrest, right? We also have an arrest for one Andrew Tate. If you guys have not heard by now, the mega influencer Andrew Tate and alpha male extraordinaire. Right? I don't know what title he has. Like, to be honest with y'all, I'm just trying to say it so you guys most people should understand who the hell he is, right? But Andrew Tate recently was arrested for human trafficking and rape in Romania. Him and his brother were both arrested. Now, this is ironic. Now, as you guys know, Andrew Tate was a professional big kickboxer at one point in time. Let's not forget about that. But he's most known these days for being an online impersonator, right? Online personality. He has an alpha male mentality, which sometimes others call him misogynistic, right? I'm not speaking to other sides. I'm just speaking to how most people may know him as, okay? I'm not trying to describe him as either or. I'm just using the adjectives that may describe him. Pronouns or whatever you want to call them. So, Andrew Tate was very recently canceled. Flat out canceled for what he has been saying. Can't remember what he said that got him canceled, but he had gained so much popularity at the time where I'm pretty sure it got to the point where they were just trying to find one little thing. Like Kanye. I'm not taking off him, just explaining the scenario. And as soon as that one thing presented itself, they made sure that they were there to put him in place. Listen, if I get as big as I ever want to, I'm pretty sure there's going to be individuals listening out for me at that time too. But I'm too small, and I'm small time. I understand it's different coming from a small town person. I'm gonna tell you why. I ain't got shit to hide. I ain't got shit to lose. Like I'm ironically like honest with you guys for no good goddamn reason. But that's also me too. Like I said, I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't got nothing to lose. But I find it ironic that Andrew Tate recently, right after they canceled him, or before they canceled him, he came out and said, "Well, listen, like when they can't control you, they start to try to silence you, right? Then after they can't silence you, they'll try to find a way to imprison you, incarcerate you, right? And then if that doesn't work, still, then they'll find a way to kill you." Now, I know I just kind of said like, "Hey, one day I'm gonna be one of those people that they're listening to try to figure out whatever the fuck I try to say." But I also believe I'm way too small time to be lying about what I'm saying. When Andrew Tate said this, he also mentioned that they already had given him his warning. I have no warnings, right? That they already had given him his warning. Now, what those warnings were about? Let's see. It couldn't have been. Who knows? It could have been anything from warnings about, "Hey, calm down before we expose you," right? Or it could be calm down because listen, you're threatening on whatever line. But you know what I mean? Or it could be like, "Hey, just let you know that you may want to lawyer up because they are starting to or they're starting to investigate you for federal charges," not knowing what those federal charges are at that time. And his ass is probably just thinking like, "Oh, it's just from what I've been saying." Hey, like I said, a lot of times you're doing so much dirt. You can do so much dirt that when you're actually brought in and presented with a specific charge, you're like, "Wait a minute, this is what you're getting? Yeah, you're getting at me for?" Like, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, let's go. Like, this is fine. I can take this." Yeah. I was smoking weed. Milwaukee's still up. 47 seconds left. 120, 110 over Milwaukee. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna switch over this game. Let's see if the old game switcher is working properly this time. We're going to go over to New Orleans and Philly, which is an 8-point game with 9 minutes to go. I know you guys think like, I know you guys are like, "Yo, as a Knicks fan, you just saw what happened. Like you was just a witness to it. You just literally saw what happened to your squad against Luka and Dallas. There's no reason why you should be turning this game off. That's why. There's no reason why you should be turning this game off already." Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna turn it off. One time out of 38,387 times, I'm not worried that somebody was gonna do it twice in 1 week. I'll take my chances. I'll listen. I'll damn near fucking bet on it. Like I'll take my chances right now. That who did I just switch off from? I don't even remember who I switched off from a while ago. But Milwaukee, who are they playing? Who was Milwaukee playing? Milwaukee was playing Minnesota, and Anthony Edwards just went out for the game. Yeah, I have very zero doubt, right? That Milwaukee is going to end up losing that game. No, not even worried about it. Was that Maxey for 3? Okay, look at Maxey. He's back for the Philadelphia 76ers. As he just put up a 3 to bring him into 101 to 107, but then he just gave up an easy alley-oop with nobody underneath the rim to challenge him to Zion Williamson to make the score again 101 to 109. New Orleans is up against Philly with 7 minutes, 48 seconds left to go in the game. Philadelphia and New Orleans just got a steal off of James Harden. We see them pop for a 3, and they miss it, but they get the offensive board. They get another 3. They miss that, and now we're going back the other way. Nobody attempted to try to go inside and get a foul and contact. That's what the game misses. That's some of the times what the game do miss. Like, let's get inside. Let's get inside. Let's see if we can get contact. The only person to play inside is Zion. That second shot shouldn't have been a three-pointer. Wait for Zion. Wait for it to come crashing down the middle. Pass that ball to him. Have him do his big body shit. You know what I mean? His football shit, and then get it on. Let's get it on. I'm starting to feel my vices. I don't know which one I'm feeling. It could be both of them hitting me at the same time. The alcohol and the ism. Got me out here seeing sparkly prisms. Talking through all of my isms. And so Andrew Tate very recently, right? Or I shouldn't say recently, but since before his cancellation, he made that statement. And I find it ironic that because he also mentioned that he gave him warnings. And who knows what level of warning that was. If it was warnings about the show, about being canceled, if it was warnings about this charge that was coming up right now, for human trafficking and rape, right? But maybe even the human trafficking portion more than anything else, because maybe the rape charge just happened, right? This last trip, and then when that happened, it was like, oh yeah, we got you and human trafficking as well. We've been finding you ready for this, and now we got this victim to tie you in a little bit more. Like who knows how deep this goes? If there's any depth to it at all, but who knows how deep this goes? But he definitely did make sure that he got ahead of it and kind of warned us all and took a little Trumpian role, right? And planted a little seeds in all of his followers to make sure that they're like, hey, if I get arrested, this may be the man just fucking with me. But human trafficking and rape don't sound like just fucking with you. And that's funny coming from the alpha man. That's supposed to, hey, high class woman this and high class woman that. See, and that's the thing too, right? I see, as I'm being facetious about it, that's also how it sounds too, right? That's also that brings up suspicion is the high class male has to resort to raping somebody, has to resort to human trafficking. That sounds like they're trying to find the most opposite. And if you're, depending on how you go with conspiracy theories, but that sounds like the most complete opposite thing of what this person's persona would be. So that means it's either true and he's been building himself up, even though he's a scumbag and rape and traffic women, right? And maybe it helped because now that he built this store, sort of looking good or whatever, that now it makes women easily follow him. So now he's able to, they could easily end up missing or what. Like, who knows, right? But also, who knows if they try to say, okay, this is guy that portrays to be this, portrays to be that. Let's make sure that when we bring up charges on him, it's something that makes him look like he's in the complete opposite light of what he was. Like I said, there could be both sides of the fence. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. I'm talking about both. It's crazy out here. It's humps and a bump. You can't trust a big butt and a smile. My girl is poison. So Andrew Tate, he's arrested. Gervonta Davis was arrested. We'll end up finding out later on down the line what's going on with both of these ordeals, man. We are 26 hours away from a new year. 25 hours and 21 minutes away from a new year. Like, that is bananas, B. 2023 came up here so fast. I have so much research on so many other little projects that I need to do. Voiceover research I need to do. Advertising research that I need to do, and I just never have time for these things. Like, Jesus. Don't forget to like, share the podcast. like, share, follow. Make sure you tell your friends to follow. That way, I can find the opportunity. I can find the time I can start doing that, so I can start getting paid from this. And then that way, I can start paying. Listen, first of all, I can start paying my co-host so he can stop working, right? and then he could be here full time, and then hopefully I can get him. I get that while I'm paying him, I can get him to do all this little side shit research that I don't have time to do while I work regularly on top of it while making money for the podcast. And I can just come in here and just talent, bam, bam, bam. I'm telling you, I'll turn him into a producer. That's how I'm gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay him to be a co-host. I'm gonna end up paying him for co-host / like executive producer of the podcast. Let's get into our first topic of the day. I know you want to damn, that was your first time. That was our MyT topic of the day. It superseded all sports and all regular-ish. We got kicked out the Pelicans game. I am telling you, man, I am not a fan. Wait, did I just see? No, that was Portland. I'm good. No disrespect, but I'm good right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish. Like I said, they showing Giannis while chewing the stats. If I saw it after he already left, it's 10 points and 7 rebounds. Oh, you got Alvarado. Alvarado turned it on the Jets. He was bringing up the ball lightly, turned on the Jets, caught the Philly defense sleeping, got behind everybody for an easy layup. New Orleans back up 116-105. Jose Alvarado now 7 points. But man, was that a timely bucket? Just completely caught the defense sleeping. Was bringing the ball up casually, caught them sleeping. There was no big man underneath the rim. There was nobody in decent spaces. Man was kind of halfly on his hip. He turned on the motherfucking Jets and went up for an easy scoop. Current score right now 116-107. So, can we talk some New York shit? Can we talk a little bit of New York shit? Right? Can I talk my New York shit? Let's go ahead, man. You know what I want to do. Here it comes. MyT. I keep the pulse of the city. Where the Knicks, Heat, the Nets, the Magic, we talk about it. Gonna good and trash. It could be Bills, Bucks, Jets, Jags, Giants, fans. We talk about it all. The losses, all the wins. Yankees, Marlins, Mets, and the Rays. We talk about them all day or day. We about to die on the I-95. 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 Let's take a trip up the I-95. We're gonna take a trip up to my hometown of Brooklyn, New York. And we've been trying to get this topic out now for over a week. Right? We've been teasing you with it. We've talked about it at Sharky's. As you guys know, those Sharky productions don't always make it to the air. Right? So, but it's something that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, and we've been getting into this. And we, right? Because if I have the thought, then you guys are fan, right? And I call you we. And if I have the thought, then I'm also calling it the same thought of my truant and missing co-host, right? But we had the thought here that, you know what? We found it very odd that when the Nets got their ish together and started going on their win streak, that don't care about teams. The talking heads on major networks weren't talking about them. And it made us quickly start to wonder, right? And I wonder if you know what it means. Right? So it quickly made us wonder if there's not controversy going on in Brooklyn, if you're not willing to talk about the Nets. Right? If it isn't, hey, high key, look what they're doing now. If it isn't, oh my God, look what they're doing now. Oh, I can't believe what's going on here. If it's not that, They're not being talked about because you know what hasn't been talked about? How Jacques Vaughn has come in here and completely righted the ship. How Jacques Vaughn came in here and did what should have been done the first time. And that was coach players and hold players accountable. He's coaching these guys. You don't hear him getting the credit for getting it right with KD and Kyrie. But you heard about every single time you thought that Steve Nash wasn't getting it right or couldn't get it done. You heard all about Kyrie's missteps and scandals off the court. But you don't hear about him right now being talked about as one of the leading scorers in the fourth quarter. Again, one of the traits that he has done throughout his whole career. Early on in his career, while still underneath his rookie contract, this is what he was known for. Cold-blooded. I'm going to write that one down. Cold-blooded. Yeah. So, let me stop. Tell you these memes and things just be popping in your head. It really does. But I'm tired of also these things like telling me to do things with my face. So that's so you can catch me and you can catch every single facial expression I've ever made, so that you can also replace me with artificial intelligence anytime that you're ready. Nah, fuck that. If you're ready to replace my face, you can make me just look crazy for no reason. Nah, fuck that. You know how I look. I don't never look like that. All right, let's go. Yeah. But so let me stop playing. The Brooklyn Nets right now are on a. Have we hit 10? The Brooklyn Nets, all right, are currently on a 10-game winning streak. This will be the second time this year a New York-based team has had the longest winning streak in the league, following the New York Knicks, who since then are now on a 5-game losing streak. Fucking about suit out going, motherfuckers. They've fallen from 6th place now down to 8th place in the East, behind Miami and Indiana, but still ahead of Atlanta and Chicago. Right, the Brooklyn Nets on the 10-game winning, and it was weird that when the Knicks were on, we started knowing this with the Knicks, right? The Knicks were on a 6-game winning streak. I think Brooklyn was on like on a 4. But when New York got to 8, I was like, damn, how come I ain't hearing about Brooklyn when it was at 6? 6 hits a whole lot differently for the New York Knicks, who are devoid talent, and the Brooklyn Nets, who are a super talented team. But now we've gone up to double-digit wins, and the Brooklyn Nets are the second team the second best team in the East, only behind Boston. And I told you, look like they have the right coach to coach these guys, get them motivated, and being able to get through to them to be their best, but also guide them through situational basketball as well when needed. He has them playing offense and defense, which is important. We've seen several times in any given night, both of them put up either 27 points, 34 points, 38 points. Like we've seen it. I've seen it. All right. So we've seen the cohesiveness there. I told you that Kyrie Irving has gone back to being one of the top leading scorers in the fourth quarter. And yet, no talk about Brooklyn. Like normally everybody got something to say, but then it comes out when they doing the shit. It's a bunch of gibberish. But normally everybody got some shit to talk about the Nets. Normally. Now, a little time ago, right, where we talked about the Brooklyn Nets, when we spoke of the Brooklyn Nets, we were talking about what they would need to do to make this run interesting, to make this run historic, to make this run up there with the runs of champions, the runs of the immortals. And one of the things we was talking about was thrown in here. They need to go in their history book. Like them just making the playoffs just wasn't going to be good enough. At some point in time, they were going to have to be spectacular. They were going to have to look unstoppable. They were going to have to look like every bit of what we thought they were going to be when they came together. We don't even talk about Ben Simmons, really. He's just a nice guy to have at 6'9" that takes the ball out of Kyrie Irving's hand so that he could be one of the best scorers that we have ever witnessed on God's green earth. When I have to tell the truth, I just have to tell the truth. Now, today, New Year, being the last day of the New Year, thou shalt not lie. Today on the MyT Sports Podcast. Brooklyn Nets are currently on a 10-game winning streak. During this 10-game winning streak, they have beat the likes of, well, we just saw the win, the last win, right? But they beat the likes of the Charlotte Hornets, where they beat them 122-116. And mind you, before that, they were on a 4-game winning streak. Before that, and the loss that they took was against the Boston Celtics. So we're talking about in their last 15 games, the Brooklyn Nets are 4-15. Oh, I'm sorry, they've won 14 of their last 15 games. Like that's the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, whose record right now, what is it? Whose record right now is 23-12, right? Have only dropped one game in their last 15. So let's see. Let's subtract 14 from this. We're talking about that's 9 wins. Let's subtract 1. That's 11. So they were 9-11. And since being 9-11, they are now 23-12. They've gone 14-1 since being 9-11. They were 2 games below 500. They were now 11 games above 500. It's just that's these current year's Brooklyn Nets. The longest winning streak for the Brooklyn Nets right now, win streak is 14 games. In this win streak, we've had these Brooklyn Nets. You know what? So I got 2. One for the stats and one for the sounds. I got 2. One to stay up and one to hit pound. I got 2 screens that keep my sounds just going. That keep my sounds just flowing. You know they keep on. Let's go. Let's talk to him. Let's talk about it real quick. What are you doing my game over here, B? I have my feet up right now. Right now, Miami's up 95-90 against Denver. All right, let's go. I'm really relaxed right now. Hold on, let me see how we look in video. I know you see me on the video. True. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. There we go. That's much better. They got me back in camera. Back focused again. Focus, man. Till start to holler at me, man. Young Hovey, you heard? Right. So let's start off. Let's start off with a couple of these. Right. So they end up in their run, right, to their 10-game winning streak. They beat the Charlotte Hornets 122 to 160. Yeah, there's a lot of scoring in these games. 122 to 116. Kyrie Irving ends up leading all scorers with 33 points. Get Kevin Durant in here with 9 rebounds. Kyrie Irving with 9 assists. Then after that, they welcome in Atlanta. They beat Atlanta 120 to 116. Improved their record to 15-12. Kevin Durant leads all scorers with 34 points. Kyrie Irving drops 11 rebounds. Ben Simmons 7 assists. I shouldn't say drop, grabs. Then they go into Indiana to start the first game of a 4-game road streak. A road, I'm talking about. Let's keep it there. 4-game road streak. So they go to Indiana. They beat Indiana 136 to 133. They improved their record to 116 to 112. Cam Thomas is the leading scorer that night with 33 points. Sharp is the leading rebounder that night with 12 of them. Miles is the leading assist leader with that night at 6 of them. As the Brooklyn Nets improved to 16-12. Then after that, they go into Washington. They play Washington. Kevin Durant leads all score with 30 points and 9 rebounds and 6 assists. That was all KD. As they beat the Washington Wizards 112 to 100. Just keeping it 100, right? Third game in that road swing. They go up north to Canada, right? They play the Toronto Raptors. They beat them 119-116. I don't know what the hell just happened there. All right. Kyrie Irving ends up leading all scorers there on that night, 32 points. Claxton ends up grabbing 10 rebounds, as also Kyrie gets 5 assists. Then they go into Detroit for the last game of their road swing. They end up beating Detroit 124 to 121. Kevin Durant drops 43 points. He made himself into the MyT club that night. Ben Simmons grabs 8 rebounds to go along with 8 assists. Then Kevin Durant and Kyrie go play. Kevin Durant goes to play his old team. Kyrie Irving is their old nemesis. And they take on the Golden State Warriors in Brooklyn. Danger zone. Kevin Durant drops 23, 7 rebounds as well. Ben Simmons dishes out 8 assists. Then they welcome in the Bucks. Tom and Bucks is heating. Number 2 team in the East. They drop 24 against them. Kevin Durant, KD. Ben Simmons grabs 11 rebounds and dishes out 8 assists. Then they go into Cleveland to take on the hot Cavs at the time. They beat them 125-117. KD drops another 32. Grabs another 9 boards. Ben Simmons out here dishing out another rebound. This old Ben can do this time, but nobody cares. As long as you get the You know what we really care about? We really care about winning here. And then tonight, they cap it off again with a win against the Atlanta Hawks. This one was a close. Sorry, was it tonight? Sorry, 2 nights ago. Right, they had a close game against Atlanta. They beat them 108-107. Kyrie Irving drops 28 points. Does his foot put a thing again, right? Putting on bucket after bucket after bucket. Kevin Durant grabs 16 boards. As Kyrie Irving dishes out 8 assists. And that's how the Brooklyn Nets ends up.
We're streaking.
Who's streaking?
There's more coming. Everybody's doing it.
And that's how they end up streaking. And yeah, listen, they're not the only team that streak league. They're just the ones with the biggest streak. And yet, there was a time where they just weren't talked about. And I get it. For some individuals, they feel like, you know what? We've seen this maybe. We've seen shades of this in their first year. Right? We've seen them kind of do this before, waiting now just for the playoffs. See, I kind of sometimes, because then it takes the celebration out of it, right? Like you don't get the opportunity to fully enjoy. You don't get the opportunity to fully celebrate what's going on. You get the opportunity to fully enjoy your season, the full ups and downs. Talk about every other team when they ball. You was talking about the Knicks when they had 6. Yet they were struggling to talk about the Nets at 8. I think I finally heard them getting talked about finally at win number 9. Maybe at win number 10. Finally. But the Boston Celtics, they remain ahead of the Brooklyn Nets, the only team ahead of the Brooklyn Nets, with 26 wins and 10 losses. But they're currently right now on a 4-game winning streak. Also streaking throughout the league, we have the Milwaukee Bucks on a 4-game losing streak. The Cleveland Cavaliers on a 3-game losing streak. I told you about the New York Knicks on a 5-game losing streak. So while the Brooklyn Nets are the biggest winners in the league, if I'm not mistaken right now, the New York Knicks are the biggest losers in the league, right? You also have the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's refresh this page because some games just ended. Let's refresh this page. Hold up. Wait. Let's see here. Okay. Boston still streaking with 4 losses. Milwaukee just broke their 4-game losing streak to win a game, to put themselves ahead of the Brooklyn Nets. So the Milwaukee Bucks are back in the second place. The Brooklyn have fallen back to third. Both of them have the identical records of 23 wins and 12 losses. But yes, Brooklyn still remains with 10-game winning streak. Even Cavaliers with their 3-game losing streak. Yes, the New York Knicks remain the biggest losers with their 5-game winning streak as well. The New Orleans Pelicans have improved to a 5-game winning streak. Hold up. Yeah, hold on. 1 second. I was switching things up real quick. Okay, hold on 1 second. My bad. I didn't mean to break your momentum right there, but you know how I get. I get handsy, right? And you know that's what I like, right? So we have the New Orleans Pelicans who just with their win tonight, they just improved their win streak to 5 games. We have the Dallas Mavericks who have a 5-game winning streak as well as the 5th best team in the West. And then you have the Minnesota Timberwolves who just matched the Knicks with a 5-game losing streak of their own. Like, I really don't want to play. Yeah, they don't get that. They don't.
Danger zone.
There you go. They get that. And also on a 3-game winning streak, as well as the Golden State Warriors, who find themselves with a record with a 500 record of 18-18 to be in the very last spot in the postseason tournament. I like that postseason tournament. So that's currently how things are looking and who else is streaking in the league. Like I said, I just found it weird that if it's not built on controversy, that they're not talking about the Brooklyn Nets more. And then you guys know how that is, right? Because if it's LA or if it's LA sometimes, right? If it's the Knicks, like they're just over talked about. If they would have been on a 10-game win streak, we wouldn't stop hearing about it. You saw they picked up the Knicks at 6. Yeah, it took them, like I said, damn to 9 games to finally talk about the Nets, and I get it. Like you shouldn't talk about somebody probably until they're probably like on a 10-game winning streak. So like, but if you're gonna talk about the Knicks at 6, at least give the Brooklyn some love too. They in New York too. Like show them they love too, B. It's weird of how many predictions that I've had about the Nets when they first formed. It's coming to fruition, right? The struggle with Kyrie, the need for a streak to really help validate, like to help validate at least a part of them coming together. Stop. Oh, this game is ended too. Wait, what games we have left? That's a New Orleans game. Don't tell me you're gonna stick me with Portland. Then against Portland, I'm just saying. Let me see. I got Portland and Golden State. It's not that bad. And I have Utah and Sacramento. I guess Portland it is. Even though I like me some Sacramento as well. I don't mind watching them. They got a young enough squad that I have interest in. Since we're still talking New York over here, right? Like let's get into some Knicks talk along with this as well, because I owe Derrick Rose an apology. I really do owe Derrick Rose an apology. I, at one point in time, came on my airways and said, I don't know what it is about it. I will not be surprised one day if I found out that that Derrick Rose is gay. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I've had a list of people. Derrick Rose was one of them that I wouldn't have been surprised if I found out he gay. I'm retracting that whole entire statement. And now I'm more surprised at what levels of non-gayness he is. Dwayne Wade is out here having his chick publicly display that she is poking him in the butt. Like, Derrick Rose got his chick displaying that she got matching pajamas with Derrick Rose's baby mama. And they in the same crib. They live together. The Rose family got a wife and a girlfriend. I got a girlfriend. Which, not gonna lie, growing up the era that I grew up in, and when we grew up and shit. Listen, man, I'm telling you, we are really starting to learn that monogamy really isn't the way to go for some of us. Like we are really tying into our 70s roots, right? I'm so glad the gangster rap era is over, right? We can get back into some of this love, right? Where's the love? And the fact that right? The fact that there's so many more now that are entertaining. I know it's always a decent amount, but as things open up, there's so many more now entertaining the fact that, you know what? We gonna have a wife and a girlfriend. Everybody gonna be happy. Now, granted, also the part that makes that decision real easy for the person that loves their partner to swallow is the fact that their partner is a multi-million-dollar breadwinner. That makes it easy. Easier. Right? Never makes it easy for somebody to have to share their mate. And sometimes not have doubt if they still love them. So if this went to pass, I'm also going to give the woman 100% the credit that not only would they research and they took up a consideration of it, but she has been reassured that this does not in one inkling diminish the love that Rose already has for her, right? In ways it just helps it grow because now, you know what I mean? He has variety. He never has to step out. You know what I mean? And shit, if he does step out, but he have an agreement that when you go to certain cities, you can step out as well. Like, who knows what these people have agreements on? Like the only thing that some people ask is that, hey, like, listen, you don't make that shit come back home, and you don't embarrass me out here. Like, have we not heard about this multiple times? We have not seen couples of high powered spouses or whatever. Basically, only ask for, like, yo, you don't be doing your dirt or whatever. You gonna be doing whatever the hell you doing. You just make sure you don't embarrass this household. You know what I mean? That's all you do. Like, I don't give a fuck or whatever. Like, I know I got one of myself. You just don't go ahead and you don't embarrass us. You don't embarrass my name. You don't stop this money flow. You don't cause any goddamn controversy and Gucci. And at the moment that they get caught doing the shit and they bring some kind of weird controversy to it, they're like, God damn, what the fuck did I tell you? Now you gotta worry about that shit. Fuck it. Put that shit on social media. Motherfuckers gonna accept you for that shit. Instead of one day, right, you get seen with your side chick that your wife already knows about. People are like, oh my God, look, Derrick Rose without his wife. Snap, 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 snap. And then he present this shit, and then you wonder why does it come up and go away? Because when it came to Derrick Rose's wife, she's like, yeah, I know about it. She lives with us. He ain't cheating. It's our house nanny, whatever. You know, but he was kissing her, yeah, whatever. I know. What? And then at that time, I think the time to explain your scenario because it comes out in an embarrassed way. People are trying to embarrass you. This way, it comes out in the most given time of the year during Christmas. And when people say it, they're like, you know what? Cheers to you. Some people are saying, cheers to you. I couldn't do it. But either way, they're like, hey, cheers to you. And not only do I owe Derrick Rose an apology, but also my boy, cheers to you. It was soft-spokenness, man. You know what era we came from, my God. It was that soft-spoken. And listen, I know it's crazy. I've had people come on the podcast and fully defend you. And I'm telling you right now, the way they defended you, they had to have known you at some point in your life. Like, they said some very specific shit to defend you. They really did. Like, I forgot what name they called you too. Like, I guarantee you, like, in the early center of the podcast, I remember having like about 5 callers that called in, and there was 2 or 3 of them that they said some very specific things about you, and I was like, the hell do you know about Derrick Rose? Like, did you grow up in the area? You know what I mean? And you know, and you have a little bit more insight of the Rose dealings. And I was like, whatever. Like, I'm like, listen, I'll still wait for that ball to drop. Whoa. You know, when the hate don't work, they start telling lies. And I don't want to seem like I was hating all lying. I just had a feeling. You know what I mean? And that feeling today, I no longer have. And I have to say that I apologize for even having the thought, but I did. I had it. It was a real thing. My bad. Like, I'm human. I fuck up. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Let's talk about somebody else that's fucking up right now, too, and that's the goddamn New York Knicks, as they have lost now 5 straight. And it don't make no goddamn sense on why they've lost 5 straight, because they have played some of the most gate. Listen, when I want to say, let me relax. I don't want to say they've played the sorriest teams in the league, right? Because that'll be super disrespectful to some of these teams that they have played, right? Because they've managed to play Dallas in their 5-game losing streak, and they've managed to also play. Who else was it? Hold on. Here it goes right here. All right. I can't even defend some of this. They lost to the Raptors, who you didn't think they were going to lose to. Because they just beat the... Remember, they won an 8-game winning streak where they beat Cleveland, Atlanta, Chicago twice, and the Golden State Warriors. But the full rundown was Cleveland, Atlanta, Charlotte, Sacramento, Chicago twice, back-to-back games, Indy, and then Golden State. And then they come on, they lose to the Raptors. And then they turn around to that and they lose to the Bulls. And you're like, dude, this is some bull. Because now you're losing games when you're up. And then they do the same thing against Philly. Right? You lose a close one when you're up. And then they do the same thing against Dallas. You lose a close one when you're up. You lose a close one in overtime. You lose a close one so close. It's the first time anybody's lost a game so close in the history of the NBA. And then you follow it up, but listen to the worst team in the league. One of the worst teams in the league, Sacramento Spurs. Wait, I can't take this shit no more. So that's how the New York Knicks are back to a 500 record after being above 500. I just want to rip this whole shit out right here. And I mean, they still got a couple of teams, you know. I mean, the schedule's, you know. No, seriously. But New Year's Eve, they have, who do they play New Year's Eve? They have Houston. So hopefully you get back on track of beating Houston in Houston. Hopefully. Because after that, they turn around and they play Phoenix at home. But then they play San Antonio back at home and in Toronto. Let's hope they can start righting some of these wrongs. Right? Because they play Milwaukee and again they come back and play Indiana. Again, let's hope they can start righting some of those wrongs. That wrong against San Antonio. That wrong against Toronto. That wrong against Indiana. Let's hope they can start turning things back around. Milwaukee, I don't have a lot of expectations for. Phoenix, I don't have a lot of expectations for. But Houston, Toronto, Indy, Washington, Detroit, Toronto, Washington, Atlanta, Toronto. Like, you understand? Like, you understand what I'm trying to tell you, some missus? I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you, motherfuckers. You better beat these son of bitches. I swear for God, you better beat these son of bitches. There's gonna be some motherfucking furniture moving in this bitch. Huh. I ain't bad. So the Knicks have the opportunity to redeem themselves and at least come out of January back with a winning record. Now, they're gonna end January on a bad note, right? Playing Cleveland, playing Boston, playing Brooklyn, playing LA. And then the Lakers, that is. And then starting off February, playing LA, playing Philly, playing Orlando, but then playing Philly, and then playing Utah, and playing Brooklyn. Oh, God. And then playing Atlanta, but then playing Washington, but then playing New Orleans, but playing Boston, and then playing Brooklyn, and then Miami again, and then Boston, and then we get a break with Charlotte, and then Sacramento, and then we go play the two LA teams, and we play Portland, and then we play Denver, and we play Minnesota, and we play Miami, and we get a break with Orlando, Houston, it just gets hard in February. So, God damn. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. I'm telling you right now. You see that little stretch of games I just read you in January? The Knicks better win at least 10 of those. I don't know how many games I read off. Let me see. We got from now to whatever time I just said, right? From now until the Cleveland game at the 24th of January. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 games. In those 12 games, there's Milwaukee and Atlanta. Right? There's, Phoenix. Sorry, I forgot about Phoenix. So Atlanta, I don't really want to call Atlanta, to be honest with you, but I'll give them that little bit of respect. Let's go ahead. All right. So in those next 12 games, right? In these next 12 games, there are probably 3 definitely hard opponents. Now, in the world of realism, right, it tells me that you probably don't win all of the remainder 9 games. But they're all winnable. But let's say you win half of those. I'm not a big fan of going 7-5. Right? Or where were we? No, I'm sorry. Out of the 9 games we win for, so nope. I'm talking about 5 and 7. Because you got 3 games that you probably may not win. And if you go 500 the rest of the way, right? Even above 500, then you're going 5 and 7. 5 and 7. I'm not a fan of being 5 and 7 before we have to go on the back end of the schedule that the NBA basically considers the important part because they're done with because the Super Bowl is over with, basically, right? And now suddenly, after Valentine's Day, and even a little bit before then, right? Like I said, it kind of starts with Cleveland on the 24th. That it's Cleveland, Boston, Brooklyn, LA, Miami, LA, Philly, Orlando. But that's 1. Philly, Utah, Brooklyn, Atlanta. Like I'll take that one possibly. Washington, you know what I mean? Like that's one of these P's out here. But you got New Orleans, Boston, Brooklyn, Miami again, Boston, Charlotte, Sacramento, LA, Portland, Denver. Minnesota got way too much talent. I'm sorry. Minnesota, Miami, Orlando, Houston, Miami, Cleveland, Washington, Indy, New Orleans, Indy. That's 10. We're 36 games in. We're talking about the next 12 games, right? If we're the mediocre team that we are right now, in the next 12 games, we'll be lucky to go 5 and 7. Which means that, like I said, we've now played 48 games. And we got now 23 wins. I just reeled off only 10 more real easy games. That brings us up to 33 wins. That's the base number probably for this year. It's 33 wins. Damn, that sucks. And that's saying you win those 10 games. But the New York Knicks managed to go 50-50 with the rest of those other games. Things kind of come the other way because what am I talking about? I'm talking about those 10 games, right? After, let me see, we were at 36, we were at 48, we were at 58. Right, when you add the other 10. So now we're talking about 24 games. 24 games. And we're sitting at 33 wins remaining from those 24 games. And if we go half on that, then we're talking about 45 wins. But let's say we go a quarter of that. All right, and instead of winning 24 games, let's say we guarantee 6. That brings us up to 39. And then if we go half of the other half, right, and we pull out 3 out of that one, then you talk about 42 wins. So the New York Knicks this year may be sitting right around like 42 wins will be a good year, ironically. Like if I just did these numbers correctly, without knowing injuries or who's gonna be in the lineup or anything else like that, who we gonna have available to us, just kind of constructing everybody healthy with who they have. You know, we are probably talking about the New York Knicks getting another 15 more wins this year. No, what am I saying? 25 more wins this year. But that also means about another 22 losses. I know my math is off. Actually, no, that's about right. Huh. 42 and 40. That's a respectable season. And like the Jets, whatever is to be would be. So my magic number to measure success in wins and losses only is 42 wins. I may do a poll. And we'll see how many wins would be considered a successful season for the New York Knicks. And let's see what most people say. Listen, New York Knicks are still one of the few teams, right? Even though we've fallen out of the top 6, we are still, like I said, above Indiana and above Miami in point differential. Right, all of those other teams are in the minus, and the only other team that is slightly in the positive is Toronto. So, hey, I may be onto something. New York Knicks 42 wins. That may be a better line. I don't know what the odd makers have it at, but I know I have my win total at 42. Now, it just sucks to lose to San Antonio. It sucks to lose to one of the worst teams in the league. Like, where is San Antonio? I keep calling them one of the worst teams in the league, yet I haven't pulled them up on the standings once. Yep, one of the worst teams in the league. 12 wins, 23 losses. Let's see. 12 wins, 22 losses. I don't know, that's what I said the first time. They're the second worst team in the West. And overall, the 4th worst team in the league. Only better than the Houston Rockets, the Charlotte Hornets, and the Detroit Pistons. That's it. Golden State Warriors right now currently up 62-60. Oh, no, not up. The Portland Trailblazers is currently up right now 64-62. We have just about 10 minutes left to go in the third. Klay Thompson pops a 3, and that goes in. All right, we're trading leads right now. All right, that's the only part that makes it so bad. And the fact that this 5-game losing streak has been some of the most heartbroken losses the Knicks have put up, right? Because in the majority of these games, they were up and they lost the lead late. We saw what happened in Dallas. If you've seen what happened in Toronto, like I said, you saw what happened in Indy. Like there was very much winnable games. Toronto, I said Toronto already. There were very much winnable games. If New York Knicks just couldn't finish them out, very much exposing the fact that these guys need a star. They need one desperately. And we'll see what happens because we're talking about that time that players should start moving. Christmas is no longer here. New Year's is about to pass. We're talking about that time frame where players should really start moving in the NBA. Like if you just want to be mindful of keeping you yourself and your family, you know what I mean, within the same still within the same city until after the New Year, after the Christmas, thinking about them possibly even for the school year. You know what I mean? But I really do expect to start seeing a lot of movement in January. And we'll see if the New York Knicks become part of that movement. Oh my God, today's Friday. And I ain't got shit to do till Tuesday. My ass just may go out. Did I text the bull already? Hold on. Did I text my bull like if you getting into anything after Hey, listen, don't overlook the Casa cocktails. Really? Find a flat surface. I ain't finding shit. Fuck that. Nah, that's gotta give somebody the ODDs. What we got here? You gonna put me in the Mario mask or some shit? What, we playing Mario? What the fuck is going on here? Record to store. What? Oh, okay. What's going on? What am I supposed to be doing here? I can't be playing Mario while doing a podcast. You guys are wilding. All right, let's get back here. Now, bring that back up. Hey, get your ass back over here. Disrespectful. Speaking of, where's my joint? Smoked it already. Feeling nice. All right, let's continue. Let us continue. Let's continue to roll up and roll out here in the MyT Sports Podcast. Hope it's always a blast. You guys enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? The New York Knicks gonna have to get back in their winning ways, and right now they have an opportunity to do so in their next 12 games. Like I said, best worst case scenario is 5-7. Anything above 5-7, be happy for. Trust me, Knicks fans, be happy for anything above. I know you think like, man, that's loser talk, but you just talking about being 5-7. Man, I can't accept 5-7 in the next 12 games. They supposed to do better than that's being realistic. That's also saying tempering your expectations just a little bit to understand for the ebbs and flows of the league. Like I said, as long as they do what they're supposed to do on the other end, right? Not so much this 12, but really the other, like, remaining 36 games or however many games it was. Right? Like, 36 games. Of a really remaining 36 games or 34 games, however many was left. Like, it's really what they do with those remaining games. Right? If they can squeak out some wins we don't expect there. Right? Because right now you'll be lucky to go 50% in that area in those other 24 games. So to manage to go so to be able to go 50% there, right? That is where you're lucky enough, and even not even go 50% there, right? Like going 50% there and then going 50% with other 50%, like going 1/4% there, then 50% with other 50%. Like that's honestly what it is. So, and that's how you get to 42 wins, ironically. And if the Knicks end up with 42 wins, this isn't the worst season that you've ever smelled. We're most likely in the postseason tournament. Currently, right now, with a 50% record, you are the sixth best team in the West with a 50% record. Behind Phoenix, seventh best team in the West. And if you have a 50% record, you are exactly what the Knicks are at right now, eighth best team in the East. So, like, you're in there. Like, you are gonna be one of these top contending teams. And I'm talking about just being 2 games above 500. Two games above 500 in both the East and the West gets you into the postseason without the tournament. Draymond Green, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He's coming to put up a triple nickel. I want to play some 2K tonight. Like, we'll see. I'm some horny and shit. Like, I may leave and go out somewhere. I need to stop. I need to stay my ass in bed, get some rest. Prepare to do some shopping tomorrow morning. Or we'll see. Get some rest. And we have Amazon shift at like 3:30, and I can go do real quick. Make some quick guap. Make some extra dough. Got the 500th episode of the podcast coming on Wednesday. Hope you guys ready for that. For real. Hope you guys are real ready for that. All right, let's continue to roll up and roll out. Right, we got a couple of RIPs to talk about as well. Right, we got a couple of individuals that have passed, and we have a great one that have recently passed. We have an RIP shout out that we want to. You want to call an RIP a shout out? We have an RIP to give out. That sounds better. That sounds much better. Right, where we have an RIP to give out to one of the greatest soccer players to ever, and we do mean ever, lace up a pair of boots. Normally, there is actually a running joke whenever you see somebody doing something and they're getting whatever amount of credit, right, for performing that trick or performing that move. You always see something come out that says Pele did it. And that's who passed recently, folks, is the great soccer player Pele. Pele dies at the age of 82. His memorial ceremony is going to be taking place tomorrow in Santos. Portland Trailblazers is currently right now up 80 to 74. I don't know what they was just complaining about. Damian Lillard right now, 26 points on 9 for 19 shooting, 4 for 11 from 3-point range. Ooh, Jordan Poole just goes down the middle and dunks the ball. The emergence of Jordan Poole is going to be the thing that takes his team over, because he is really learning some creativity from Stephen Curry, and you see it. Stephen Curry is one of the more creative dribblers of the ball that we have in today's modern game, right? And you see Jordan Poole starting to exude some of those talents as well. Sorry, let's go back into the talented one himself, and that was Pele. Pele again. Here on this earth from 1940 to 2022, just recently passed at the 10 to 8 to 22. One of the greatest soccer players that we've ever seen. Again, and again, I was going to mention it that I always like to say about him is that he has this running joke about him, and in that running joke, we say that, hey, Pele did it first. Now that's really all it is. See somebody doing a trick, you see somebody do a behind the back, a stop, a move, a pause, and a tilt-a-whirl. Sorry. Let's see. Oh, no, don't pause the video. Sorry, it's going to take it easy the next 2 days. We have 2 shows tomorrow and an early one Sunday. Ooh. All right. Understood. All right. And I had to ask where I was it as well. Okay, so let's get back. So yeah, so Pele passed away, right? So definitely R.I.P. to Pele. But Pele isn't the only one recently to pass. I mean, he's the only one to recently really pass away. Let me rephrase that, right? Pele's the only one to pass away. But we have some other people and some other things and some other entities that's kind of no longer with us of their actions. So let's also give a big R.I.P. to Adidas. Hey, I'm sorry about this, but let's see. Crowd was awesome. Show went great. Well, someone blacked out. Wait, what? What? Someone blacked out the stage at the wrong. Oh, okay. Someone blacked out the stage at the wrong moment when we were in the scene, so that was fun. Okay. That sounds funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the spill. I'm trying to get the tea, like live on air. Like I don't let her know too. I'm getting the tea live on air. That's what's up. That is what's up. And that's what's up. Like that's how I talk though. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so that was fun. It's one of those things you can probably laugh about a whole lot more later, or like after the moment passes. But I'm pretty sure, like in the moment for that split second, you're probably thinking like, "Yo, what the f is going on?" And why the lights said. But you know what they say, right? Act like nothing's happened. Like I overshare with you guys, and I'll be letting you know when fuck ups happen. But honestly, you never know, and let anybody know what happens, and you move about your day. Like if you guys ever had to do public speaking in college, right? If anybody that may be still young and thinking about it, and you're gonna probably have to do it regardless, just do it. One of the biggest pieces of advice that you can probably be given, and I've given individuals, is if you say something wrong, something that's kind of messed up, just keep going. Like you hear comedians do it, singers do it, they talk about it, but it's all about public presentation, public speaking as well, right? Just keep going. Remember, at this point, you are the subject matter expert on what you're saying. Even when you're in class, remember, when you're let's say because when the teacher gives you an assignment, whatever, she tells everybody to pick a subject. She's normally trying to make only one person pick one subject at a time, so you don't have two students picking the same subject. So that means you are the subject matter expert on your subject. Today, nobody else knows what you know about this. Nobody else researched what you researched. You put in the time, you put in the effort, you put in the work. Believe in yourself. And if you mess up somewhere, keep going. Who the hell is going to know that you messed up? Unless an apparent I lost an eyelash and was walking around with. Oh my god, that's funny. Nikki, can't you see? Oh man. Right now your words just hypnotize me. But that's funny. She said she lost an eyelash like live on air. That's funny. But you know what though? You keep going. They will tell me like, oh, you lose an eyelash, you know or you don't know. Like you keep rolling. Right? Like one eyelash don't stop no show. So like yeah, so for you people that ever want to do public speaking like that, that's really the biggest. Like that's one of the big things you should remember. Like just keep going. They don't know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. Don't let the looks intimidate you. Don't let the people out there intimidate you. They're just empty chairs. Go out there and they talk like they have their chairs with faces. I get it. Like you see faces, you see people. No, talk. Actually, they may like having people there may help you because you may be able to make eye contact with somebody that helps keep you focused. And then you can kind of have somebody that you kind of always come back and talk to as you be like, okay, listen, I'm gonna work this side of the room real quick. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk to my focal point person like, hey yo, I see you right here. It's me and you in this world together, you and I to the day we die. But wait right there. I gotta make sure these motherfuckers over here don't feel left out real quick. I'm gonna come back and see right here. Like I told you I was coming back to you. I was going nowhere, baby. I was going nowhere. I'm telling you right here. And you come back over here and you come back. I told you every time. It's gonna be you're gonna be the number one. No matter how many times I go there, no matter times I here. I'm gonna come back right here every time. This is where I'm gonna spend the most of my time at. Right? Like it really is that simple. Listen, man, public speaking tips 101. I told you we do everything here on the MyT Sports Podcast. But as we talk about RIPs, right? RIP to Pele. Like he is the true RIP of this right now. But we had a couple of other people that they just played themselves. That's not really what it was. They played themselves, and they may end up killing their career, killing their momentum, or killing whatever vibe that they had, right? One RIP we have to give out. No, it's to Adidas. I don't know if most people have been keeping up what's going on with Adidas, right? That one hit. Right, most people have been keeping what's going on with Adidas. Like they got into a battle with Kanye, and they ended up dropping Kanye from their label, and they were keeping the designs to all of his stuff, and we're just going to keep releasing them, right? They were so while they were done with Kanye, they couldn't give up the $400 million that Kanye was bringing for them a year. So, but they also realized without Kanye's name, they can't justify selling $400 sneakers when they never had that. So, what have we recently seen? Because they can't just get rid of the Kanye brand, they want to still use the designs that they have until they no longer have any of his designs left. Which also goes to show you that the designs were kind of whack. Probably people really thought the designs may have been whack. They just bought them because they were Kanye, attached to Kanye. They went from $400 sneakers that you had to get on reserve. You had to wait for special release dates. They only had 22 copies of them at a time in your city. Right? It went from that to always available, on sale for $80 a pop. And it's the Oz series. Not the Yeez, the Oz. Not the Yeez, the Oz. Not the Yeez, the Oz. Or the Ozones, or the O's. Everything got some weird OZ in that thing. That they trying to sell them by the ounce. Long day. It's not a reflection of how I feel about the callers that I've been attempted to call in today. Long day. So Adidas, right? They get a RIP because not only are they killing their brand, but they have to completely play themselves in this matter as well too. Like because who the hell is gonna buy those? I would much rather go to Marshalls and buy a pair of Yeezys from there. Even though you take a golden calculator to divide the percentage that it'll give out to Kanye every time that they make a sale. So Adidas still has to pay Kanye a percentage for using his creative genius, creative designs on these shoes. They're just not paying Kanye as much as they used to. So now instead of getting some percentage of $4 sneakers, he now gets a pair of gets percentage of a bunch of $400 exclusive sneakers. He gets a percentage of a very inclusive and available $80 sneaker. But that goes to show you what the difference these sneakers are, but they don't have a name attached to the goddamn brand. But I would still rather go to Marshalls or Walmart and get whatever he needs to go to his whatever he has YE24's website and get something from there. Like I want to make sure that Adidas don't get no percentage of it. Like fuck that. Also RIP to one Andrew Tate. I know we just talked about him getting locked up, but you heard what he said, that there's 3 steps to this process, right? They silence you, they lock you up, and then they kill you. Right? He said he had 2 lives left. Well, the best time for them to kill you is when you lock up. Not making a joke. Sorry. But I'm also RIP to me. I can't say RIP to social media. Anyhow he sees daylight. Unless he just gets some weird ass down. Portland Trailblazers player just got an elbow to a head from his own player coming down on his head. Trying to grab a rebound. He actually bounced off of his head as well with his elbow. Excuse me. Sorry. I can't even say that he's not going to be able to come back from this after he gets out, because whenever he gets out, unless he gets some kind of full blown gag order to shut the fuck up, I doubt they're going to do that. Are going to be able to do that, right? Well, I fully expect that when he hops back on a mic and he releases content, that content is going to get enough views for him to continue receiving income again from that platform. So I can't even say that, but it feels like he's getting really to that point where he's about to like say good night, adios, Avita saying goodbye, to his career. I don't know. It sounds scary sometimes because you never know what was fully going on. You never know what's real. You don't know what's not real. Like I said, this isn't just a silence. They are charged with human trafficking and rape. You don't easily come back from that, all right? Because I'm gonna assume there's gonna be, even if you get your own platform back, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be kind of standoffish from fucking with you because of that. Because that's not a thing that most people want to deal with. And the people that do support you, while that is, they're gonna start getting highly scrutinized, and the people that are gonna scrutinize them is gonna be a whole lot more. It's gonna be a whole lot more louder than the people that were defending you. And once that tide changes, then there goes the rest of your career. This is interesting. I'm not casting the Spurs. I'm not casting this on. I'm just thinking out the process. This is wild. This is crazy to me. But somebody else that we have to pay some risk to, right? R.I.P. to Derek Carr, right? He just lost his NFL career. He just got sat down in the game for the team that we won't talk about until their owner denounces racism. But yeah, he just recently lost his starting job, and part of it could be the position that the Raiders are in, right, where they're just kind of out of the playoff hunt. And if you get the opportunity to take a look at the young guy, at least for a couple of games, get the young guy to some kind of game time experience, right? Then that's kind of a good thing. Or maybe we just look at a momentum change. You see, a lot of these, we talked about this already for the coaches, but you see people making these coaching changes, and maybe they think and them catch a little bit of spark early on, or a little bit of momentum change. And you see they don't have the time, but you see the formation starting to build, right? Like with Indy and with Detroit, right? You see bits and pieces of it. So the trend now to start getting rid of these coaches, this is starting from weeks ago, almost like 4 weeks ago, right? You see that continue when it comes to also quarterbacks as well. You have a quarterback that's kind of on that edge, kind of you're looking like, you know what? We kind of know what you are. We definitely know what you aren't, right? We know, right? But we have kind of a full book on you. We don't need to risk you getting injured for games that don't matter as well too. And we don't need you out here because we know how hard you're gonna go for us if you are playing. We don't need that from you, and we don't want you also half-assing games as well, right? So we're gonna rest. You can start your summer off early, and we're gonna bring the young guys see what we can see from him, and see if we have something for the future, either for the team or something for the future to flip for another asset. Because we need to try to make a decision on this guy as well. So at least for the rest of the season, RIP to Derek Carr, right? We don't know this really means the end of his NFL career, but definitely for the rest of the season, RIP to Derek Carr, because he's probably not going to be playing anymore this season. Like he is basically finito. He is done there. It's a wrap. Like put the cover on the jaw and go ahead and throw it in the trash. That shit's expired for this season. All right, folks. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap up the podcast with our picks, right? For what week is this now? 17? Is that where we're at? We are at no, where am I at? I think we're on week 17. Yeah, we just had December 20. Yep. Tennessee. There we go. So we are definitely at week 17. So we're gonna close up the podcast. We're doing our picks. I am looking for the automated picker 8000 to see if I can load it up and see if I can get it to do picks with us. But if not, no, I ain't really worried about that one today too much. What I really want though, you guys know what we want here. I want a little bit of music while we do our picks. I don't like, you can't stop the music. Like, I don't like doing these picks without any music. I want a little bit of something coming through on here. So let's get that Buckaroo balling. That's the one? That's what we're going with now? Bring down a little bit though. I want you to bring down right. You do that for me? All right. So get into the picks of this week, right? We have some decent games coming. We got a bunch of decent games. As you guys may know, end of the season always brings that weird NFL schedule where they like to start putting a lot of division rivalries, a lot of division matchups into your schedule. Right? And that doesn't change. Right? It really doesn't. Right, you're gonna start seeing a lot of that starting to happen. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Hold on 1 second. Let's get that squared away over here. Okay, let's get that squared away over here. All right. Let's see what we have first that we would like to talk about. We didn't even think about the Thursday night game. I don't even know why. The Thursday night games have been missing lately. Like, I don't talk about them on Wednesdays. I don't talk about them on Mondays. They haven't even been making pick for Thursday night games. But we're going to be making picks for these games. All right, first game that we have is Arizona in Atlanta. I really do hate games like this. Listen, you could have started out with a much worse game. Both of these teams suck. They really do. There is no telling of who's going to win this game. What I'm going to do, there's still no Kyler Murray for this team. Arizona has struggled ever since Kyler Murray has been out. I don't foresee those struggling change. And at the latter part of the season, suddenly, Atlanta still has a slightly slim chance of coming through and possibly making some noise. Right, and actually, are they in the hunt? Oh, I didn't have the hunt. I don't have the hunt up. Let's see. Oh, wait, there it goes. Let's see if Atlanta's still in the hunt. Or if they've officially worked themselves out of it. But regardless if they have or they have not, as of currently right now, I'm picking Atlanta to win this game. Right now, Arizona just doesn't have it. And the number one thing that they don't have is the quarterback that used to help them win the majority of their games before he got paid. I hate to have to say that, and I hate to have to frame that way, but it's really what has happened. And for the who's I looking for? The Arizona Cardinals. They are officially eliminated from the playoffs, and I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for the Atlanta Falcons. who are eliminated as well. So this is a nothing bowl for nothingness. We won't be giving them a thunderclap for this game, but I will tell you that I believe that Atlanta is definitely going to be the team that comes out the winner here. It doesn't feel right. So I spent so much time going against Atlanta that if it wasn't really for their quarterback being missing, that I don't know if I can even take up for them. Next up, we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. The Chicago Bears is another one of those teams that have been struggling, only with 3 wins so far this year. Plus, this not really having it, right? Just not really fully. Just not really truly fully having it this season. And too young. Quarterback still learning. Quarterback also half the time handcuffed by their own offensive coordinator. Having a hard time determining some of these games. Actually, nope. Alrighty. So we're gonna definitely go with Detroit in that game. And plus, it's gonna be interesting to see if Detroit can go ahead and keep biting kneecaps off, biting ankles off, biting calves off, biting thighs off. You know what I mean? Biting Grizzlies off, and do whatever. Hey, yo, pause. Right? But doing whatever is necessary to make sure that they help their team come away with the most important stat of every single game. And that is the gosh darn W. That's all that matters. That's really and truly all that matters. Well, I'm calling for chaos. Damn, this is gonna be tough. There's gonna be some chaos here. I have a feeling there's gonna be some chaos here. All right, let's continue. Let's continue with our pick, right? For the next game, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Tennessee Titans. Do I even have to say this? I guess I do. It's part of my job. It's part of your job. If you want to be my team, yeah, it's your job. If you want to be my team. Jacksonville Jaguars all day, every day, over the Houston Texans. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I don't think you can doubt it. This is one of those easier picks, right? And a couple of these are going to be kind of easy, right? I'm not even thinking twice about some of these picks, right? And the Jacksonville Jaguars being the Houston Texans. Then next up we got the Denver Broncos going in and taking the Kansas City and taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Not believing in this year. If he is cooking, he's been around too many snow bunnies. This is the blandest cooking I ever tasted. Right? Kansas City, Patrick, your end zone is Mahomes. Comes away with the W. Then we have the New England Patriots hosting the Miami Dolphins. And I don't have a graphic for either one of these teams. Both of them can kiss my ass. Both of them can go to hell. I'm taking New England to it. It's tough. It's been tough for Miami. I told you guys. I didn't when we had 4 games left in the season. I didn't foresee the Miami Dolphins winning more than one of their games, one of their last 4 games. New England is no joke. Even if they had to have got a tongue twister, Bill Belichick is just a problem for neophyte quarterbacks. They're gonna have a neophyte in there today, and I guarantee you, Bill Belichick is gonna throw more things at him than he has ever seen in his life. He's gonna be more shell shocked than the first time he's seen pussy, and he still may wet his pants, but in a different way. I'm going New England. Like this is not even, it's not even my hatred for the Miami Dolphins. Like this is just being realistic. Things will be rough with Tua. They're damn near impossible without him. Like he has a concussion now again. I'm calling this his 4th concussion for the season. I'm calling this his 4th concussion for the season. Sorry, I had to get some water. And I don't know. I don't think they're gonna end up bring him. I don't know if they're gonna end up bringing him back this season. Right. Next up, we have the New York Giants hosting the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going New York all the way, baby. And that's only with this game. To be honest with you, the New York Giants are the only team in New York. The only team that represents New York that I see winning this weekend. So that should give you a heads up of how I think about the other 2 teams in New York. Currently, right now, the Golden State Warriors or... Oh, yeah, he jumped into it. He did, though. Golden State Warriors are currently down 95-103. Jordan Poole just got called for an off. Maybe it wasn't an offensive foul, but a non-shooting foul? I thought they were going to call him for... I think they called him... Based off Jordan Poole's reaction, I thought they called him for an offensive foul. I thought they called him for leaning into the player. But it looked like they may have just called him for a regular foul. I don't think... No, this is the first foul of the game. 0 fouls to give. Maybe that's what that is? 7 minutes left to go. What? No, they're giving him 3 shots. Okay. I'm not really sure what Jordan Poole was complaining about. So it looked like he was screaming, "How? How?" And he was upset. How? But now that you look at it, I'm not quite sure what he was yelling at. But he got his 3 shots. He made all 3. Current score right now: Portland 103, Golden State 98. 7 minutes to go in the game. Let's continue. Like I said, I have the New York Giants beating the Indianapolis Colts. Like it just is what it is. Colts are still trying, but so are the New York Giants, and New York Giants still have a slim chance of making it into the playoffs. Let's see where they are at. If they were in, or they one of the teams that's on the bubble. So they're in the hunt. As it currently stands right now, they're the 6th spot right now in the playoffs, and they still need to win out. They need to win this game. They need Washington to lose. They need Seahawks to lose. They need Detroit to lose. They need Green Bay to lose. Because if any one of those teams win and they lose, they may get past. I didn't say they will. They may get past. It is a slim possibility. What is Tampa Bay Buccaneers at? 4th. Fucking 4th. 7-8 record. There's always one. Basically, the Buccaneers are the same as the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right, let's continue to go because I'm ready to go to sleep. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am ready to go. I am ready to go. Bed. I must got 10 minutes up in the podcast. See, I was just asking. I just got a 10-minute alert. Oh, I know you guys heard it. So okay, I got you. All right, so where we at? Next up we have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. This one's tough for me, right? With Jalen Hurts' injury, I'm not quite sure how things are gonna play out, especially if he stays injured. I'm gonna pick Philly. I'm gonna go with Philly to go ahead and come out with this, get this win, and continue to fly high and fly on top of the rest of that whole entire division. After that, I have the Carolina Panthers going in and beating. Like what your parents used to give me as little. Beating. Right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. These games matter. Carolina right now is 6-9. Tampa Bay Buccaneers currently right now is 7-8. A win right here right here, my G, right here. Let's get the whole photo. Show you there. Right here may propel him to the number 1 seed and into the playoffs, because this is that division where the winner wins that division. That's all it boils down to. The winner of this division is the one that makes it to the playoffs. I have Carolina going into Tampa Bay and beating Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Needs. Same way I have the Cleveland Browns going into Washington and beating the water closet team, beating the poop out of the water closet team. Like, I have San Francisco beating the Raiders. Raiders just benched their quarterback. I don't know if they have any more of what's left to truly go ahead and continue. So I am picking the Raiders to go ahead and beat the San Francisco before beat the Raiders. I have the. I think you guys know what's coming up next. I got the Jets going into Seattle and beating the Seahawks. I have Minnesota going into Green Bay. Yeah, that Minnesota. I got Minnesota going into Green Bay and beating the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay. I am tripping. Beating the Green Bay Packers. Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me what the hell that was. Right, but I have Minnesota going in and beating the Packers. I'm ruining and ending their playoff odds. But if Green Bay wins, boy, oh boy, this will be the greatest comeback to a playoff berth since the infamous RELAX, relax. And ever since then, I got the Chargers over the Rams. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers going into Baltimore and beating the Steelers and beating the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, I'm sorry. And you still see the Steelers constantly fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. And they haven't given up on Mike Tomlin. They haven't. You seen how they played last week? I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt of carrying over last week's momentum over to a division rival that is missing their most dynamic player and taking advantage of that. And can you imagine if Mike Tomlin makes it to 9-8 and continues not having a losing record? That's gonna be a sight to see. Now, this is where things get crazy. I hate to do this to them. I really hate to do this to them. Wait, I did pick the Jets to lose, right? I did say that, right? No, I did have Seattle beating the Jets. I'm sorry, I'm checking my notes. I have Seattle, yeah. New England, Giants. I got Giants winning? Yeah. Giants winning, Philly winning, Carolina winning, Cleveland winning, Pittsburgh winning, Jacksonville winning, San Francisco winning. That was supposed to be Seattle. Yeah. Seattle winning, Minnesota winning, Rams winning. That's supposed to be LA Chargers. No, Rams. I thought about Baker Mayfield. I thought about an upset. I'm switching over, and I have the Rams winning. And also, to stir up this whole entire pot and make everything go bananas, and make week 18 the week 18 that you dream and cream about? I have Cincinnati over Buffalo. Yes. Cincinnati Bengals. They host Buffalo. And they beat. Now we'll see what happens here because there's this weird thing going on, right? Where it's been said that Joe Burrow has Patrick Mahomes' number, but Patrick Mahomes has Josh Allen's number, and Josh Allen has had Joe Burrow's number. I think that may be the math. Shoot. I may be talking myself out of picking Cincinnati, but I'm gonna pick for the chaos. I'm gonna pick for the chaos, and I got Cincinnati beating Buffalo. Folks, those are the picks of the evening, right? Those are our week 7 picks. Listen, we'll be back on Monday to see how we do, right? We'll be back on Monday, right? That'll be the first podcast after the new year. Don't forget episode 500 of the Mighty Sports Podcast. We'll be hosted live from Sharky's. Don't forget to be there as well. That's going to be a hell of a show. What else we got? That's about it, folks. Well, thank you guys for listening, right? Remember to stay humble. Don't stress. Stay blessed. All that good stuff. Put in your affirmations. Don't hear people. Do your resolutions. I have no real New Year's resolutions. I just want to keep growing my portfolio. My portfolio took a massive hit last year or early this year. So there's some things I have to rebuild back up. That's what happens when you have a toxic ex. Right. So what was I saying? Yeah, end the show. You know what? Let's just play my outro so I can stop rambling. Enjoy your New Year's. Be safe out there. Be ultimate goal. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, right? Or how to be safe. Just be safe. It's gonna be New Year's. You know 12 is out here, right? You know them Breco Susios out there. Just be safe. Uber if you have to. Stay in your lane. And enjoy your weekend. And enjoy the rest of the year. It's My Sports Podcast. We out for the very last time this year.